Okay, so I actually decided to do three of these book review things. So this is the last one. I'm not going to do another one after this today. But this one is nonfiction. And I'll do it the same style from worst to best. And we'll just get started right away. So the first book is called The Neuroscience of Creativity. And it just sort of looks at the neuroscience that causes creativity. Part times in your life when you're more creative and things that cause creativity. It was pretty self-explanatory. Like a lot of the stuff that you think causes creativity is obviously does. There were some interesting things like that Alzheimer's and stuff like that people can become very very creative with these sicknesses. But beyond that, there wasn't really any eye-opening stuff, so it was okay. I like neuroscience books. I took a lot of neuroscience in university, so I try to consume as much of it as I can. And this was just an excuse to learn a little more about neuroscience. But, if you're not into neuroscience, it's not a must-read. The next one is called Hell's Angels, and it's by Hunter S. Thompson, who is one of my favorite authors. And it is the telling of his experience with Hell's Angels when he was younger. It's one of his first books. It might even be his first book, and it's pretty good. Like it's interesting. Definitely worth a read, and yeah, kind of exciting. The next one is an autobiography, and it's by Matthew McConaughey. Which to me, as soon as I heard it, I was like, "This is gonna be garbage, man. Who the hell writes an autobiography when they're 50?" And Matthew McConaughey, who cares, like, sort of thing. But it's a pretty good story. I don't really think he's full of life wisdom, but he's a decent writer. Like, it's easy to read and it's interesting. And he has some interesting stories from when he was younger, for sure, and stuff. So it wasn't bad. Not a must read, but not terrible. The next one was Outlive. And I'm a big fan of reading books about longevity. And Outlive is this doctor who is essentially talking about what you can do to live longer. And it he assumes you already know quite a bit, and he just sort of jumps off and goes on about tests you should get done, biomarkers you should be looking at, and his major thing was the importance of exercise. The medium intensity exercises. So anything that makes it difficult to talk while you're doing it, you should do a lot of, like as much as you possibly can. And that was the major takeaway from that book. That and there's some like cholesterol sort of cardiovascular type things you should look into. Another thing that was interesting about that book was he talked about the revolutions of science, and there's some interesting like factoids, such as the first guy who recommended that we should wash our hands before we do surgery got checked into an insane asylum based on what he said. So I thought that was interesting. Like there's stuff like that, which was pretty good. I enjoy those longevity books, so this one was a pretty good read. The last one is, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I have no idea. It's Ikigai, Japanese Secrets to a Long and Happy Life. I just read this like yesterday, and I read it in one day. It's only 99 pages. It's pretty much looking mainly at Okinawa in Japan, which is the longest life expectancy place in the world, and talking about what they do differently and sort of Japanese mindsets and lifestyles that lead to long, happy lives, healthy and happy lives. And it was good. It was personally my favorite out of all of them, and I think it was because I could read it all in one day, so it stays fresh. And I just read it, so it's really fresh. And I always like books that I just finished because I still remember them really well. So I like that one a lot. And yeah, this is a short video, but that's it. Thanks.